Hi Scorpio, I'm Brenda and I'm here today to bring you your monthly angel tarot and oracle reading for April 2018. I want to thank you for your interest in my channel and for viewing, liking, and sharing these videos out on YouTube. As you know, this is strictly a general reading, and if you want clarity, accuracy, and answers to any questions, I can give that to you in a private reading. So I welcome you to go up there and press that button. And it will take you to my website where you can see the services that I offer and how to schedule either a private reading with me or a Reiki session with me. Scorpio, we start off with the first week of 4 weeks in the month of April 2018, and you are given 3 cards that will incorporate the beginning of each week, the middle of each week, and the end of each week. So we're starting off with the first week of April. Scorpio, you have been given the Ace of Water. Now, aces are the beginnings of all things in all suits. And the ace here is, being the water card, is the relationship card. And sometimes they are intimate and romantic, and other times they're not. So this shows me, though, this is a personal, intimate, and loving relationship card. It shows me that some of you are going to meet very soon someone that you're going to become linked with romantically, and you're going to fall in love with them. Others, you've already met this individual recently, and you are in love with this individual, and things are working out great. For those of you that have been in a long-term relationship, I see that things may have been rocky, difficult. You've had your challenges with this situation and this relationship, but it's going to be the resurgence of this relationship. And I see it, the resurgence of this relationship has to do with some of you have actually gone and taken counsel for this, and you've been guided and scripted how to deal with this, and you're applying that to this relationship, so it's causing it to improve. Others, I see you had like an epiphany. You just changed with the way you felt. Your stress level is less now, so you're being able to apply more attention, loving attention to this relationship, and you as well. It can have to do with them. I see that for some of you, there may have been addictive behavior, and there is counseling going on there, which is, again, causing things to improve in that resurgence of that relationship. I want you to know that I see forgiveness coming in for some of you. Some of you may be issuing an apology to your partner. Others may be accepting graciously an apology from your partner. It's almost like spiritual growth for some of you. You just feel so much more at peace. You're feeling in a better place completely with this relationship. And it will help this relationship to grow. I see some of you are actually moving in a different direction. I see some of you are moving your residence. I see some of you are moving to either a new home or a new apartment, or you're geographically leaving the area you've been living in for a while. The middle of your week, for the first week of April, Scorpio, you've been given a fire card, and you've been given the 7 of Fire. Fire cards have to do with our personal self-development, and that involves sometimes doing things we normally wouldn't do and taking risks we normally wouldn't take, but all of that brings us to where we are now on our path. I do see some of you are going to be asked to step up on the platform and defend yourself. I see that some of you have come up against a wall right now, and you can't seem to push through it because there's people that are expecting you to make a decision. And now you've reached the point, you've hit the wall, and now you're going to have to face that and make that decision. And it's funny that they showed you up against a red brick wall. What it means is now you're going to stand your ground, okay? You're going to stand your ground and say, okay, I'm going to do this. And when you do, what you're being referenced to do and guided to do is pick your battles wisely. Okay, sit and think about how you're going to defend your beliefs and your decisions right now by standing your ground. So please pick your battles wisely. You also got a fire card for the end of your first week, Scorpio, and you've been given the 8 of fire. And this is telling me that things are happening really fast around you right now. And now that you've stood up and perhaps said your piece, defended yourself and your own beliefs, things now are changing. And I see lots of changes for some of you. And the delays are over because now you're able to walk your path in truth. It's been settled. I see the situation or this phase in your life right now. Perhaps some of you, I see it was a relationship situation. Others, I see it was a business relationship and you were involved in. And others, I see it was like a relationship with friendship or family members you were dealing with. Know that things are going to happen all at once. So if you've been waiting for something to come in, something to show up, something to happen with this situation, know that it's coming in now. It's going to come in fast, but you're going to have a lot of things to deal with because it shows me there's going to be a lot of things that you're going to have to process and deal with. Okay, so get ready. This is self-development. This is all about how you're walking your path, and how you're going to deal with these situations is determining your direction you're going to go. So events are coming in very quickly at the end of the first week. Beginning of the second week, Scorpio, you've been given an Earth card, the Knight of Earth. And Earth cards have to do with the material part of our lives. And that can incorporate our jobs, professions, and our careers, and how we bring that abundance and currency into that area of our lives. But it is an Earth card, and it can have to do with people that are getting involved, or perhaps are advocating, or they are in their work has to do, and their career has to do with nature, the ecosystem, any of that. It can have to do with animals. If some of you are working with animals, it does have to do with that as well. But it also has to do with your closest circle, and that is your family circle, or people you feel close enough and tight enough to that you would consider them in that circle of family with you. This has to do with a situation, though, and I do feel it has to do with either, it may have to do with a legal issue that has to do with a matrimonial issue, okay? For others, I see it has to do with business. You're dealing with business because what it's saying is time's up, okay? You got to deal with this situation now. You got to buckle down. I do see that some of you have procrastinated about it. Some of you have shelved it and said, yeah, I'll get to it. I just don't want to deal with it now, kind of like having tunnel vision and saying la, 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 la. And now it's the end of that. So you need to honor your previous commitments, okay? But know that you're not alone, because this is that amazing Knight of Earth card that shows me that you have divine spirit around you. You have that guardian angel around you. It shows me the guardian angel with their hand on your back saying, we can get it done together. So please know that you're not alone. It doesn't mean it has to be a physical person in your life that's there, but I do see that you're going to get help, and you need to hold your head up and don't let fear lead your path, and know that you've got to buckle down and get this work done. So if it has to do with work, if it has to do with procrastinating about finances that you've been dealing with, that you needed to get in order, if it has to do with a relationship, issues in a personal relationship that you've been dealing with, if it has to do with legal issues that you've been holding back on, go forward now. You're not alone. I'm telling you, you can get this done because your guardian angel's right there with you. At the end of that week, the second week of April, Scorpio, you've been given the Magician. And this is a major card. You have 3 in the month of April, which is quite nice. And they're all really good cards for you. The Magician is all about you knowing that the time right now is right. Everything we do that we succeed at or brings us where we need to be in our path, the universe puts us exactly where we need to be, whether it's to learn the lesson or to find that niche that we need to find on our path. You are ready now, okay? It shows me that some of you are wanting to move forward with self-employment. It shows me some of you are ready now to love again in a relationship for reasons where you have been holding back. You've allowed your past to determine where you're going forward because you have fears of your past. You don't want to repeat those situations. But now it's okay. Okay, so it's all right. I see some of you maybe wanting to make a move. Some of you may be wanting to actually move away to a different area where you live now. Some of you may want to leave your place of employment you've been with for a very long time, and you're going through a transition of where do you want to go now. Please know you're ready. This is a card that says you're ready. Everything's there for you. You've got the resources and the ability to manifest what it is you want now. Okay, so you're going to say, wow, it's like everything's coming up roses for me. It's like magic. How come everything's turning out so good for me? Well, it's all about you believing in yourself. Okay, it's all about the hard work and effort physically that you've been applying to this situation as well. That's a given. But you've also been determined enough with your mindset and the crown chakra and the third eye to see where it is you want to be, and then believing with the heart chakra you can be there, and now the throat chakra to speak your truth and go there. Okay, so trust yourself. Trust yourself. You know, I talk about the chakras all the time too, because that's what I do. I'm a Reiki master, and all of those things need to be balanced and grounded for you to see your path and follow it. So I brought that up. My guides were showing me and telling me these things, and I'm listening to what they're telling me to go through with this reading for you. So please know, Scorpio, that yes, you need to be patient, of course, okay? But you need to also realize that there will be some unexpected resources that are going to land at your feet and help you manifest these goals, this endeavor, and these dreams that you have happening. Okay, so please know you need to stop procrastinating because things are there to assist you to move forward. Great card. Now, for the third week, my friend Scorpio, you've been given 3 relationship cards, 3 water cards. And the first water card that you have for the beginning of the third week of April is the 8 of water. Water cards are, you know, you've got 5 of them in this. So there's a lot going on with people around you right now in your circle, or it could have to do with business around you. You may be bringing in more clientele, dealing with issues with your clientele, or it can have to do with relationships with those people, but it can have to do with personal relationships, intimate relationships as well. And this is telling me that you are in a situation and a relationship, some of you, and it is intimate, and now you feel like you want to move forward. You feel like you have the desire to move on. You're searching for something more meaningful in your life. You've outgrown this relationship that you have. I do see some of you is a romantic and a partnership, a personal relationship. It's a love relationship, or it's starting to wane, it's starting to dwindle, it's starting to weaken and lessen, and you feel as though you've almost outgrown this relationship with this individual, and you want to find something more meaningful in your life, and you're going to go out there and you're going to search for that. So this is okay. This is the card that says the universe and divine source are in alignment with this, okay? That it's okay for you to be doing this. So if you're doubting your move, trust your instincts again, okay? Trust your own intuition with this. It's you that has to be happy, and only we can make ourselves happy, okay? We cannot rely on others to entertain our lives and bring that into our lives, and all of a sudden we expect them and rely on them and give them full control and responsibility to make us happy. No, we can only make ourselves happy with the choices that we make. Again, don't let fear lead you on your path. So, Scorpio, I do see that, you know, you're going to find this is going to bring you more spiritual and more emotional. It's like a blessing, okay? It's going to bring you more spiritual and emotional fulfillment, okay? Also, You're growing. It's going to create more growth for spiritual and emotion. Great card. That was your first week. Now, let's get into the next water card for the middle of that third week. That was the beginning of your third week. So now you've been given the Seven of Water. So the Seven of Water tells me that you may be dealing with a group of people around you. And there's three main people that you're involved in. But there may be 3 or 4 more in the background that are watching this situation happening. But I want you to know that you've got control of this situation, okay? There is a decision that you have to make, and it's a complex decision. But they're showing me that you're going to be the one that makes this decision, that's determined around these other individuals. And you're going to have to do your research and do your homework before you make this decision, because you want to know all the information that you can receive to apply prior to making this decision. But I do see 3 main individuals in this for some of you. Yes, there's one main individual, but there's 2 others around this situation. So, but you're the one that has the power. You're the one that has the control. And step up, my friend. Stop procrastinating. Again, this shows me that you've been not wanting to do this, not wanting to make this decision. You know, you're hoping that things will turn around and change. But right now, they're saying you have to make this decision. Okay? At the end of the third week, here's your third and final water card. You've been given the Knight of Water. So again, this is a wonderful card. For some of you, this is the ultimate romantic card. So for some of you Scorpios, you actually are falling in love and you're going to get a proposal. Some of you are actually going to be getting married. You're going to be planning a beautiful, beautiful wedding. So congratulations to some of you Scorpios. Please know that, like when the Lover's card comes up, that communication is key right now. Make sure that you're completely communicating with each other as to your plans for your future. You need to be balanced emotionally, okay? It's great to want our heart to lead, but we need to take our wisdom with us. We need to take our brain along for the ride. So please know that, again, we can only make ourselves happy. So don't depend on the other person to make all the decisions and you give up any responsibility and relinquish that. Because later on what happens is we often will regret that and resent that. And we don't want to create that situation. You want to walk into this relationship, this marriage, this union together, hopefully for a lifetime commitment. And so communicate completely with each other, okay? Also, I do see some of you that are not getting an invitation to walk down that matrimonial aisle. You're going to get an invitation in another form. You're either going to be part of a wedding ceremony. You may be an attendant and an officiant, something to deal with a wedding. For others, I see you're going to be a guest at a wedding. So get prepared. There's a wedding coming in for some of you Scorpios. At the very last week, the beginning of the very last week of April, Scorpio, you've been given an Earth card. You only had 2 in this reading, so the material cards come up twice. And this is telling me that there's an awful lot going on. Some of you, I see it's at your place of employment. You've got a workload that's, you know, just piling up and piling up. For some of you, it could have to do with finances. Maybe it has to do with, you know, tax time, crunch time. You have to get things done. I do see that there may be a decision that you're trying to make as well at the end of the month. And you need to know that when you make this decision, you're going to say to yourself, what the heck have I been dragging my heels for? Why have I been waiting all this time to do this? Why have I been worried about it, letting fear lead my path? When now that I've done it, it wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. Because you're going to make this decision in a positive way. Okay? I do see some of you are going to be creative when you make this decision so that it's going to work out for the better for everybody. Everybody's motives. Okay? You're going to look into everybody's motives, everybody's integrity, everybody's morals, along with your own. And then when everything is compatible, you're going to say, why was I worried about this? So make that decision, my friend. It's going to work out in your favor. Do it in a lighter manner. try to look at all angles of it, and it will work out for you. But I do see there's a lot of work for some of you. So what I want you to do is to please allocate some of this work to someone else that's around you. If there's others around you that can take some of this workload, it'll make things a lot easier for you. But it does show me that there's a lot going on around you right now in that first week. Great card for this middle of the last week, Scorpio. My friend, you've been given the wheel. I love this card. Things don't get much better than that. This is all about changes occurring in your life right now. And I see for some of you, it may have to do with your jobs and careers. For some of you, it may have to do with personal issues in your partnerships with business. For some of you, I see it may have to do with relationship issues. So, but I do see that it's a time of positive change. So please know that the wheel refers to that, okay? It's changes occurring right now in your life. And whether they're big or small, you need to know that they're going to work out well for you. This is a positive change, okay? This is change that's happening around you for the better, okay? So count your blessings for the moment that you're in right now, because this is going to work out for the better. The wheel is an amazing, I mean, you're holding the wheel, okay? You're holding the wheel. You're able to take that direction that you've wanted to go in and do the things that you've wanted to do. So it's all about these changes that are going to lift blocks that you've had holding you back, and things are now moving forward for you. So things are going to improve, okay, big time. I do see some advancement coming in, and it's going to come in quickly, rapidly, really fast for some of you. This is an amazing card. This is the card of good luck, the card of good karma, the card of miracles almost happening around you, and a twist of fate. This is your destiny. This is the direction that you've been wanting to go, that you need to go, that you deserve to go, that you're worthy of having. Great card. So it's, you know, it's a time of positive change, my friend. At the end, and this card's come up for others a bit, quite a bit for the month of April. This card is the release card, and it is also a major card. So you've had 3. This is the final card for the end of April. And Scorpio, this is telling me that you're at the end of a phase in your life, or or a situation in your life. For some of you, you may have been in a situation, it could have to do with your job and career, and you've decided now that you're going to add something in addition to what you've been doing, or you're going to tweak, and you're going to look at it in a different way. You're going to, tweak it a bit and change things in your favor that are going to make things work out a little bit better for you with your place of employment. I do see also it could have to do with, some of you has to do with relationships, and you're going to be letting go of that relationship. You're going to be moving on, because they tell me this has to do with transitions in relationships as well. Some of you, you may feel a relief. Some of you, you may feel sadness, and you may be grieving that release and letting go and walking solo now. But you need to know that you will be able to rely on your circle around you that support you, your family, your friends. Okay, they're going to be there to support you through this issue. You're not going to be alone. So know that you have others around that are going to be there to get you through this, because it is time to move on. Right now, you shouldn't stay in this situation, because you're not getting any benefit from it anymore, and it's not allowing you to grow. It's not going anywhere. So it's there, it's stagnant, it's still, there's no way of it changing. So you need to let it go. And and the only way you can move forward is by doing that. So go forward and welcome in the new. There's no benefit in staying and remaining in this situation. Okay, so please know that you're not alone, and it's time that this phase or situation or relationship is released. At the end of this Angel Tarot reading for the month of April, Scorpio, I also incorporated that One Ascended Master's Oracle card, and they gave you, Scorpio, priorities. So that's pretty self-explanatory. So sit there. If you prefer to type it out on your computer, if you prefer to write it with pen in hand, not all of us can retain all the information that we have in the list we want on our priority list. So do that. Okay? Make sure you make out a priority list and tick off those things that are the most important for you now to walk on your path. The things that you need to do, whether it's releasing things and letting things go, and knowing that you've got help beside you to guide you down your path, and releasing fear. Don't let fear lead your path, letting that go and holding your head up, defending your own truth and walking your own truth. So set your priorities out. And when we do that, it makes our walk on our path so much easier, because we go, tick, that's what I wanted to do. Tick, that was the other thing I wanted to do. Tick, completed. I wish you a great remainder to today, Scorpio, my friend, and a wonderful, optimistic month of April to look forward to. April is new birth. April is spring, and everything is changing. So embrace that new change, that beautiful new season coming into your, on your path and into your life. I'll see you again, and know that I continue to stand in that circle of light for you, my friend Scorpio.